Hunter's legal fate, you just heard, still up in the air until at least March, but we do know his time in office looks like will be coming to an end.
Yeah, joining us now, political analyst John Dadian with more on what comes up next in this very dramatic development that has taken place. So let's start with that. What do you see happening next in all of this?
Well, clearly the main issue is the date of the resignation, because what happens when there's a resignation in the seat of Congress, the governor of that state gets to call a special election, and he has some latitude. There's a very complicated formula. So right now I looked at all different dates, and I'm not sure, again, depending when. The senior Hunter insinuated that it was going to be next week. That surprises me a little bit. I thought maybe he might wait until actual sentencing. So we'll see. But that's going to affect things greatly, because if he resigns during a certain period, there'll be a special and the regular general election, which is already scheduled for March 3rd.
So after the hearing, there were candidates who are running for Hunter's seat there to speak, including Amar Kemp-Najjar. We saw Carl DeMaio. Which of those candidates do you think benefits the most from this?
Well, I think probably, I've always said of those major candidates, both Republican and Democrat, they all have pros and cons, and they have different pros and cons. One that I think benefits from this the most, and then I'll tell you who benefits the least, the one who benefits the most, I think, is State Senator Brian Jones, because he lives in the district, he represents a district, meaning East County, a majority of it overlaps. The other two main Republicans don't live in the district, which you're not required to by Congress, I realize that. The one that it hurts the most is clearly Kemp-Najjar, because this means that there almost certainly will be a Republican in the runoff, after March 3rd, et cetera. And I think because of the registration, only because of the registration, I think any Republican defeats any Democratic candidate.
So no consequences here for the Republican Party in terms of just the character issues that took place here? No,
that's a great question. And again, here's another thing that's everybody's talking about today. My phone was blowing up. Here's what the issue is. A couple of weeks ago, the county Republican Party did not endorse. They interviewed the candidates. One candidate came very close, but they did not endorse. Now the rumors are, which I think will happen, it'll go back to Republican Party, and I think they will endorse right now. They didn't endorse the incumbent, so that was a signal, but nobody else got, you need 2/3 vote of the county Republicans.
People were invoking President Trump in this. Some people are saying, oh, is he going to pardon Doug and Hunter? All this sort of thing kind of being thrown out there. What do you say to that?
Again, we got to put it in perspective. Duncan Hunter was the first member of Congress to endorse Donald Trump in his presidency run. So clearly that's there. I don't think a pardon will come down for the sentence. Clearly, I think he's going to have to serve time. It would really send the wrong signal, especially I think it would hurt the Republican Party. But yeah, could there be a pardon down the road, commutation of sentence, some type of possibility of a little bit of leniency? We've seen how much he respects the military, and Duncan Hunter certainly defended this country.
Political analyst John Dadian, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Thank you,
the
John.
insights.